Hi, this is Frank from Let's Be Frank. We're going to talk about EDR, MDR, and XDR. Let's go get our DR on. Let's talk about EDR, endpoint detection and response. Most EDRs are an endpoint agent that you deploy on your systems, which collects telemetry from the computer, meaning logs, sometimes network activity. It's more than just the operating system logs, which of course are helpful, and they can create alerts. That's a good thing. Those alerts are written by the vendors. That's also a good thing because it provides you with help. This is a little bit like having a mechanic stationed inside of your car. They can plug in the computer system and it will give you a code or some measure of indicator of what's wrong. If I were to plug a machine into my car and it said oxygen sensor, that would be fantastic, but I wouldn't know what to do. First, somebody needs to be looking at those codes, those alerts. You will get false positives along with true positives. This is normal. That leads us to our next definition, MDR. That's managed detection and response. This is the part where we take something like an EDR and we marry it with the people and the process to help monitor that, give you better interpretation, perhaps tune the alerts so they can help interpret the alerts and escalate those to you so that you can identify what you should pay attention to. It's kind of like having the sensor that plugs into the car to tell you the oxygen sensor is wrong, but having an MDR then provides you with a mechanic that can interpret that about what you should do. The next iteration of this is something referred to as XDR, which stands for Extended Detection and Response. Look, the textbook definition that we see on this says XDR is an advanced security solution that integrates multiple security products across an organization's network. It provides you with the ability to integrate more than just what's happening on your endpoint, because attacks can come from the cloud, they can come from your email, they can come across the network, they can show up on the network, which is something different. Think about it like this. If you have an EDR and that's being monitored by an MDR service, what happens if you have a computer where the EDR isn't running? Well, that's where this XDR capability can come in. It can consume things like Azure and G-Cloud and AWS and some of the other cloud providers that are certainly out there. Now, in doing all of that, the important thing to know is that this is a capability. In order to convert it into a function, you must configure the XDR. And this is where a lot of organizations tend to experience challenges. The XDR most certainly can consume your cloud logs, but in order for it to do that, you must configure the cloud and you must configure the XDR so that the logs come in. That's a little bit on EDR, MDR, and XDR. Hopefully, we helped you understand a little more about them, and we look forward to explaining some more definitions soon.